shadows and the shit that creep up in my coffin. I know what I do, no talking. Can't you see the reaper? He go crazy, he go down. I'm gonna let my chopper drown.
Welcome. In this video, I will show you how to virtualize an operating system on your computer thanks to VirtualBox. This is a virtualization product for users that will enable you to virtualize an OS such as Windows, Linux, BSD, and it is a GPL GNU public license available for free on Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. On Windows, you install the program. When it is loaded, you need to add the extension pack to enable some things such as USB 3 for guest systems. You can import appliances that are .ovi files. For example, Kali Linux offers this possibility to give automatic configuration. If you want to start a new machine, select Machine New, the name, in this case Kubuntu. You can select where to store the virtual hard drive, type of operating system and version, in this case Ubuntu 64-bit, recommended memory size. The red means bad because your machine won't have enough resources, always stay on the green. Hard disk, create virtual hard disk. VirtualBox disk image is the most common used. VHD is for compatibility with the Microsoft Hyper-V and VMDK for VMware. Dynamically allocated is the default. You can select the size you want, but you need to remember the hard drive size of your host computer. In settings, there are many tabs. You can drag and drop files if you have installed the guest additions on the guest machine. It is a ISO file that will be inserted as a CD. Boot order, it is recommended to put hard disk first, floppy disk second, UEFI for modern operating system. This will enable PIA, a feature that every CPU has now, and how much cores you want to give to the machine. Per virtualization interface, for Windows it is recommended Hyper-V, while for Linux KVM. Video memory, higher video memory will give you better performance together with 2D acceleration. Storage, ID controller is used for older OS, newer SATA interface. You can add an optical disk. Create this, leave empty, it is important, always leave empty. Click on this one, optical drive, choose virtual optical disk, choose disk file, select your .iso file, click open. As you can see, it shows up. Audio, leave it the same, you can change it if it will give you problems. Network, NAT is good. You can change the adapter if you use older OS such as PCNet, it works well with Windows 2000. Serial ports, you can choose the speed, USB 3 is the fastest. When you configure everything, start the machine. It will start in another window, aside from the control center. if you press write ctrl inside virtual machine, the keyboard and mouse will be captured. In this way, you won't be able to go with the keyboard or the mouse outside of the virtual machine. But if you want to unlock, press right ctrl another time. On the bottom there is the control center that will give you information about the machine. You can take a snapshot, go into settings, view, you can change the screen size, devices, it will show you all the devices that are available to your computer. It is loaded. For example, let's try Kubuntu. Let's don't install it. It is loading. If you press full screen, you will see a blank background because the screen resolution is small. This one will work the exact as a host machine. The only little thing is that you won't be able to virtualize an operating system inside an operating system because VirtualBox doesn't have this feature. But for everything else, it is very good. The same as a host machine, as a physical machine. After you have installed the system in the virtual machine, it is recommended to install Guest Addition CD image to gain better performance, and on Windows and Linux, a full display, a display that will cover all this blank space to give you a little better performance on the graphical side and more space on the screen. You can drag and drop files if you have installed Guest Additions. Otherwise, put the files on a USB stick. Put the USB stick on devices, USB, click your name of USB stick. It will be disconnected from the host machine and it will be available on the guest machine. After that, we tune into devices, USB, click again on this USB, and it won't be available on the guest machine. It will be only available on the host machine. And it's done. VirtualBox is a very good software for virtualizations, but you could also try Microsoft Hyper-V, VMware Workstation, or Linux KVM with graphical user interfaces such as GNOME Boxes or Virt Manager. See you later, guys.